Welcome to this GCSE RS revision video for the Paper 1 themes topic of relationships. And we're going to cover in this video the family, the role of men and women in the family, marriage, divorce, cohabitation, adultery, 5 precepts, the purpose of sex, contraception, same-sex relationships, the role of men and women in worship, Catholics, Orthodox and Anglican views on women, and interpretation of teachings. There will be 5 videos, and this is the first of the 5 videos looking at the family and the role of men and women in the family. And first of all, we'll look at some key vocabulary. So, first key word is adultery, voluntary sexual intercourse between a married person and someone who's not their spouse. Divorce, to legally end a marriage. Cohabitation, to live together in a sexual relationship without being married or in a civil partnership. Commitment, a sense of dedication and obligation to someone or something. Contraception, methods used to prevent a woman from becoming pregnant during or following sexual intercourse. Gender equality, people of both genders enjoying equal human rights and opportunities in all aspects of their lives. Responsibilities, actions, duties you're expected to carry out. Roles, position, status, or function of a person in society, as well as the characteristics and social behaviours expected of them. So first of all, the nature of the family today in the 21st century and the roles of men and women in the family. And we'll be thinking about this topic from different traditions of Christianity and from a secular viewpoint. So let's think about, first of all, the general diversity of our society and of religion. So some religions believe that the teachings of sacred texts, such as the Bible, need to be adapted or changed because of changing views in society. So more liberal Christians who have a non-literal approach believe the Bible is people's words about God, and we need to update it for the modern age to reflect perhaps ideas like love and so on. Other Christians have a more traditional view. In Britain is becoming increasingly a secular society. This means more and more people are claiming to belong to no religion or belief. These kind of people would call themselves atheists, believing there's no God, or agnostics, saying they're unsure if there's a God, or perhaps humanists, believing we need to live in an ethical existence for humanity alone. Moreover, there's an increasing pluralism of belief in Britain, meaning there are becoming many more different religious groups within society. These changing statistics in Britain mean there are ever-changing attitudes towards relationships. So let's think about the family. There are different types of family. And one of the important questions is the family the foundation for all human activity? Traditionally, religious people have said it is. Where human relationships begin and develop, where norms and values of society are lived out and practiced, and where new generations are brought up into adulthood. And there are different types of family: childless families that are married or cohabiting couple without children due to choice or inability to conceive. Nuclear families, 2 parents and 1 or more children living in the same house, but probably without extended family, grandparents and so on. A single parent family where one parent is raising 1 or more children alone. Increasing rates of divorce has led to more single parent families in the UK. That of the extended family, number of adults and children who are related living in the same home, aunts, cousins, etc. And the reconstituted family, divorced adults remaining or cohabiting, and may include children from the new relationship. What about Christianity and families and religion? Religious belief is taught and learnt in the home. Religious beliefs and practices and teachings are lived out in the home, and young people learn by example. It is a religious duty for parents to bring up their children in the faith and teach the values of the religion. The 10 Commandments and other basic values are shared by all Christians, including other religions like Muslims and Jews. These values include respect for your parents, not to murder, and no adultery. Parents are expected to take their children to church, to teach their children how to read and understand the Bible, to teach their children how to and when to pray, to join in the celebration of festivals like Christmas and Easter, to understand the important rites of passage like baptism and the Eucharist. But many people today who are humanists think that children should make up their own ideas about religion, and that parents should not share their religious beliefs and faith with their children. Humanists believe that all people should be able to make free choice about accepting or rejecting religious beliefs. An important idea is the worldwide family. Everyone in the Christian faith is regarded as part of the worldwide family. Christians often use the phrase people of God for all Christians. Some important ideas. Pope Francis has said the family is the basis of human society. The role of the mother in passing on religious faith is fundamental. And what we see in this picture here is a quote as well from the Bible. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, is from the book of Joshua. And so Christians often would have a shared vision that they would want to pass on to their children of that vision. What do the churches specifically say about the families? Well, different churches say different things. Is there one type of family that is the right kind of family? Well, that's an interesting question. The Roman Catholic Church says the ideal is for parents and children to live together and offer each other love and mutual support. But in modern society, this ideal is not always met, and the church should offer support where it can. All families have a right to home, education, healthcare, religious freedom, financial support from society if it's needed. The Society of Friends, or the Quaker Church, says parents should not impose their views on children, but encourage them to find out things for themselves and then discuss them. Quakers believe that it's important for everyone to feel part of the family, whether they're single or married, young or old. It's important to encourage and support each other in all things. Baptist churches and Protestants believe the Bible doesn't just support people who are in a normal nuclear family, but encourages people to help widows and orphans. It doesn't matter what kind of family people live in. They also have the potential to be loving, caring, and supportive. Society, as well as the church, should give them all the help they can. The Salvation Army says the role of the family is to nurture and protect all its members. The church should support families who are going through difficult times. Family life is based on the stable marriage, which is the foundation of a strong and stable society. Moving on then to the roles of men and women in the family. And there are traditional views and there are changing views. The traditional views involve caring for children, caring for other family members, like elderly relatives, maintaining the family home, earning money to support the family. Men and women both have important roles within the family, showing mutual respect and being role models for children. Traditionally in Christianity, the man was responsible for providing for the family through work, and the mother was traditionally responsible for domestic life, everything to do with home. The man used to be seen as the leader of the family. This is called patriarchy, which means a family or a society controlled by men. But views are changing from patriarchal or perhaps complementarian views of leadership that is male and support that is female to more egalitarian views. And the egalitarian views is that women and men are now seen as in a partnership in family life with shared responsibilities. Women sometimes choose to stay at home or to go out to work, and there might be a house husband nowadays. The number of stay-at-home dads has doubled since 1993. The law is also changing to reflect this. In 2015, it became possible for men and women to share parental leave. Parents can decide who takes leave to look after the baby, rather than automatically being taken by the mother. What do the church says about how the roles of men and women in the family should work? Well, the Roman Catholic Church typically has a more complementarian approach sees working in the home as an important role, just as any career that a person may have, so that a woman should not feel under pressure to pursue a career if they would rather be a full-time housewife and mother. Pope John Paul said men should truly esteem and love women with total respect for their personal dignity, and society should create and develop the conditions favouring work in the home. The Society of Friends, the Quakers, argue the Bible needs to be reinterpreted for the modern world, and patriarchal and complementarian interpretations belong to the past. This is supported with some older beliefs and statements by St. Ambrose. You are not her master, but her husband. She was not given to you to be your slave. What about strict Christians? Well, and they may belong to the Baptists or other denominations whom would go to the Bible as a source of authority. Well, what does it say? Well, it says, wives, submit your husbands as to the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church. And this is read as leadership. It is the man's role to be the leader, to be the breadwinner, and the woman to be the support. Again, in 1 Peter 3, it says, verse 7, husbands, in the same way, be considerate as you live with your wives and treat them with respect as the weaker partner. So women are described as the weaker partner. But on the other hand, it can be argued the other way, that and more liberal Christians who might be Baptist or might be in the Salvation Army would argue it very clearly says in Galatians 3:28, in the Bible, it was male and female who were created in the image of God, and Eve was created from his side. And the word helpmate or helper is a word actually that's used of God himself, so it can't mean lesser value. Paul says in Galatians 3:28, there's neither Jew nor Greek, slave nor free, male nor female, for you're all one in Christ Jesus. This teaching creates the equality of men and women before God. So I'm going to stop the video now, and this is video 1 of 5. Make sure you're doing your topic tests, you're doing your Quizlets, learning vocabulary, learning quotation. Log into Quizlet, look up Peter Kernahan, no space, and look up the website marlingre.com and have a go at reading some model essay answers and maybe having a look at some practice questions on this topic.